Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's 1973 podcast, and we're here with we're looking at the original crew. The Phantom late to the party, always not known for being punctual, let's just
Not a
say.
Mr.
It
He's
only
not Mr.
took,
Punchline.
yeah,
Fashionably late.
Brad's got
Fashionably late.
seniority and bumping rights if we ever get to that, if we ever get to that level. I think Brad hopped in around the 30 episodes around there. So he's got some weight with the podcast. And like I was talking to Brad this week before we get rolling into this movie review. I told him big part of the show. Do you guys agree Brad's a big part of the show?
Of course.
Brings some good weight to the podcast. Brings
Energy.
some he's actually got, if you think about it, two segments. We'll let him get the ball rolling with some wrestling talk and bring up some, keeps us in the loop. And then what good episode brings the heavy with the tinfoil hat. So hopefully this week, bringing the heavy again with the tinfoil hat. I'm hoping for big things this week. All right, so we got everybody pretty much set in place. Ed's back. No Ed math. That's a rare occasion, but we love Ed math. It's the abacus. It's 10 fingers, 10 toes. Let's go, Ed. It's time for one watch. Everybody knows the rules. It was Brad's pick. Go ahead, Ed.
Hey there, podcast fans. Are you ready to show off your love for the 1973 podcast? We've got over 20 different designs of t-shirts and hoodies that capture the essence of classic stuff. Whether you're a fan of the show or just love that retro feel, we've got something for everyone. From bold prints to your subtle notes to your favorite personalities, each piece is made with top-notch quality in that timeless classic or a style that you crave. Perfect for lounging at home or making a statement out and about. And don't wait, our collection is flying off the shelves faster than you can say, don't be cheap, buy a shirt. Visit us now at bonfire.com and grab your favorites before they're gone. And then check us out at the 1973 Podcast t-shirt store on YouTube. Just click the link below.
All right. So one watch, everybody knows the rules. It was Brad's pick. So we always start off with Bradford, bring everybody up to speed.
28 years later, the sequel, The Bone Temple. And I know you guys are probably going to eat this movie up because I know it's already not Tom's genre. I know it's not some of y'all's favorite flicks, but I like to pick movies that come out and I pay attention to like what's trending in like on Reels and stories and Instagram and TikTok and movies that people are talking about. And then I try to weed through the ones that I know are just going to be straight crap and then hopefully pick some that aren't straight crap or mediocre crap for that matter. I feel like this movie, as much as I wanted to love it, kind of fell into the realm of mediocre crap. Uh, it's a zombie flick, but the thing about the whole 28 Days Later franchise, which this is the fourth movie in this installment, is that it's a zombie film, but it doesn't take the usual zombie film route. It's a rage virus, so they're not like undead; they're alive, but they finally addressed it in this movie where like the zombies see people as like something different and something scary, and it's a psychological thing and as well as a physical thing. And so Ian, the doctor, he treats one of the zombies, the alpha, the big muscular one whose dong is just flapping through the whole movie. and so he gives him morphine, which calms his brain, and he gives him some antipsychotics, which clears him up. And he winds up being a badass at the end of the movie who is probably like half zombie, half human, but he has some cognitive skills and he thanks him, the doctor at the end. I really liked the Jimmies as much as evil as they were. They were so comedic and goofy and just like what's the word, preposterous. I don't know. They were just ridiculous, and so it was hard to like look at them as a threat until they start like filleting the skin off people in the barn. Um, I really enjoyed 28 Days Later, though. To me, that movie back then was a movie that was not just a good zombie flick, it was a good movie, period. And when you can be in a genre like horror and be considered a good film outside of the genre, I think that gives you some credit, and that credit is kind of run out by the time we get to this one. Really, really wanted to like it. I did like the end when Cillian Murphy shows up. with the daughter that is clearly his daughter from a relationship with dang, what was her name from Selena from 28 Days Later, the light-skinned girl that he kind of hooks up with in that movie. So I really love that they tied that in. And then the way it's set up, I just know they're about to make another one. And I will only watch another one in this franchise if Cillian Murphy shows up and stars in the next one. And I think that would just be really awesome and really poetic. And if you haven't watched the other 28 Years Later, go watch it because that kind of explains a lot of the shit that happened in this one. I thought this would be a good standalone film, but it wasn't. You got to watch the other one to know what's going on in this one. But anyway, if they wind up making this now as like its own standalone trilogy and Cillian Murphy comes back, I think it would be an excellent close to the franchise. I give it a solid 7. 7.0 flat.
Brad, now would another sequel to this, are you pro or against more dong?
There's a lot of dong. And look, I went and watched 28 Days Later because I was like, I just got to go watch it because I was like in my feels. And like the opening shot is Cillian Murphy in a hospital bed with his dog. Like, what the fuck, dude? Put some goddamn pants on.
You're in a coma, naked.
Yeah, you're in a hospital in a coma. You're waking up. Why are you bucket ass naked in the put on a gown? Anyway, yeah, less dong, more zombies.
Agreed.
Hey, clip that. Less dong, more zombies.
That's a great T-shirt.
Yeah. Whoa.
Brad, what was your score again?
7-0.
All right.
So let me tell you before we go to young Edward, Shaggy texted me and his quote was, he's protesting the $20 that he spent on renting this movie. He didn't want to give it a score, but he'll give it a 7-2.
Nice.
Oh my God.
In protest. Duly noted. So, Ed, tell us about your movie.
All right, well, I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to quote this one because this is too good about this movie. And I quote, gruesomely both low and highbrow is the movie equivalent of Jello wrestling an anthropology professor at Burning. Okay? It's a 5. That's it.
Yeah.
Ed with the not watch and stealing a page or two from the interweb.
That's right. I gave you content.
Ed, pro or negative on the donk?
No, thank you.
Okay. Ed says no donk.
No.
If you're going to be forced to look at one, at least it was a thick one.
It's a fucking donkey trunk, bro.
That's why they call him the alpha.
Dude was running through the woods and that thing was smacking him in the face.
Professor, can right this ship?
This movie had two things that I hate seeing in movies: dongs and horror / gore. Didn't like either. So it's already had 2 strikes against it right there before I even started watching. And then it broke Brad's rule of what, 90 minutes? It was like I don't know what it was like, maybe an hour and probably 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was an hour 49. My bad.
I had to break it up with having Lyme. I couldn't watch it in one thing. My eyes were going crazy. The one good thing I had going for it was Ralph Fiennes. I liked him as an actor. He was awesome in Schindler's List and Harry Potter, a couple other ones that I really liked. That's all I'm going to get. He's getting a better score because of Ralph Fiennes. I'm going to give it a 6-2.
All right. So, Phantom, you got to follow that.
Yeah, I'm crying.
Less dong, more zombies.
Oh, man. And this was supposed to be a palate cleanser for all the boobs that we saw the week before.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
I didn't know that it was going to be.
Yang.
Hey, I didn't know it was going to be flopping through the whole movie. I didn't know.
There was a lot
Brad,
of gang, huh? Jeez,
Yeah.
Either way, we're still
with that said, there was some nice music in this. That what made the movie was the Iron Maiden scene.
That scene was epic, bro.
When he was pretending to be the devil,
And they all had their pants on.
Oh, and everybody was fully dressed. I thought it was kind of cool that they They took the kid from the last one, and he ended up being like the cult leader. I thought that was kind of cool. Overall, I actually liked the movie. I thought it was way better than what I expected. I gave it like a 7.2. I kind of liked it a lot, way more than what I thought. But I had seen the other ones. I had to watch the other 28 years later. I hadn't seen that one. I had only watched the first two, so I watched two of them this week. So man, no, not a bad watch. But like I said, it's nice to watch something that kind of surprises you. You don't really know what you're getting into. Sometimes you really don't know what you're getting into. But other than that, pretty good. Had some Duran in there too for Andy, so everybody was happy.
Hey, listen, I gotta agree with Brad. And when it falls on your pick, don't think about what everybody wants to watch. Pick your pick, and that way it gives everybody a chance to be surprised with the watch or go back and watch something that either you really liked, and it's a great perspective on movie watching and enjoying movie watching. So don't let your pick sway what you want to watch, and it's more fun like that. So jumping into this, I ended up spending the week watching every one of them all the way up so I could watch this just to get a clean run on it. And they did get a bigger budget a little bit than that first one, but the stories kind of slipped off. I like how they tried to tie the stuff in this one. I do enjoy zombie movies. Let me just say that. Return of the Living Dead is one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. I think it's great. There's some great one-liners in that movie, but this is not that movie. I think it's a little long in the tooth for a franchise. I get the lore of it, and it is based on a string of comic books that they kind of did in between the movies, where it ties in where the rage virus came from. It came from two scientists that were trying to create something with an Ebola virus, and that's where they start off with the monkeys. And actually, the doctor that is in the lab in the first one is one of the doctors from the comic book, but they don't talk about any of that stuff. So, did I enjoy it? Maybe it's a one watch for me. I don't know if I'd ever pretty much watch it again. So I'm kind of like mid-road with this. If we have to watch the next one for movie purposes, I'll definitely watch it, but I'm not a huge fan of the series. There's just different things about it that I don't really like. The runtime never really bothers me with that stuff. So I'm giving it a 6.3 on this one, Thomas. Do you want to do the tally for the movie, or do you want me to do my pick?
Do the pick, and I'll do the tally.
Okay, so we've been in that tinfoil hat kind of stage with movies. So I want everybody to go back and watch a movie called Wag the Dog. We're going to go and watch that with eyes with what's going on now. I think it's going to be a great perspective on current situations that are going on. De Niro's in it. Dustin Hoffman's in it. So he's a fixer for things that are going on politically. So it's pretty good if I want to watch it with the perspective of the guys on the podcast with how we look at things.
It's crazy, these Hollywood films that relate to real world shit now in the 2020s, man.
Yeah. So a little ahead of its time, I think, Brad.
Yeah. When did it come out? 97.
Yeah. So it's in that genre of the Miramax run of things.
I can't wait to watch it. I don't think I've ever seen it, so I'm excited to watch this one.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen it either.
Okay, so movie for next week, everybody try to watch Wag the Dog. Thomas, the score on the 28 years later.
I am rounding up at 6.5.
6.5. Brad, what do you think? It's a solid score or what?
It's a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.4 on IMDb. So we're a little low.
Okay.
A
All
little
right,
off.
but it's an eclectic view on it.
It is.
Sequels are tough, right?
Absolutely.
And the more deeper you get in the sequel string, the harder it is to get a high score.
I I would have liked this movie better if this whole series, if the Jimmies just had their own standalone movie.
Well, you
That's
know
what they need.
you know who they based that character on, right?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you don't know the story on that guy?
Uh-uh.
He's a he was a British television guy for years and years and years, and he ended up getting busted for diddling.
Oh.
Yeah, oh, yeah. You don't know
Oh.
that story?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I
Brad.
don't know that.
If you like lore, there you go.
Yeah, I got to get into the lore.
Yeah, well, you got to get on that.
I didn't need all that. I just needed the Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay.
Iron
All right.
Maiden.
Okay. That I
Iron
can't
Maiden
say I
and
wasn't.
was eating brains. Can't go wrong. Quality
Right?
zombie movie.
So, Brad, let's jump away from one watch. Everybody knows the rules into a little of Ed's favorite segment with some wrestling talk.
No lead-ins. I forget. Do we do a lead-in?
No.
Good.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Have at it.
Not a whole lot to talk about. We're a month away from WrestleMania, so for WWE fans, we're kind of like, where the hell is the storylines at? Roman has been MIA except for getting roasted by Punk last Friday night, getting absolutely buried. How you be in the WWE for like 20 years? You still can't compete on the mic with anybody. Like Roman Reigns is only good when Paul Heyman's in the ring with him, mic skill wise. He just gets, man, I feel like anybody can just cook him on the mic. There's a big thing going right now with Jade Cargill beefing with Rhea Ripley on social media, and it's not kayfabe. It is apparently a shoot, and so the backstory is Jade, and they're starting to get more open on social media. These wrestlers where they try to take jabs, essentially a modern day promo or a shoot, and some of it goes well, some of it doesn't. Jade tried to I think she was trying in the spirit of wrestling to cut a promo on her socials and it backfired big time. And Rhea roasted her. Then Rhea's lackeys hopped on and they all roasted Jade. And then it wound up being like a real life beef right now. And there's kind of catching some heat, which we need some heat going into Mania because there is none for any title right now. It's kind of whack right now. The Danhausen thing, that shit kind of popped off when he cursed Dom and then Dom lost the Intercontinental Championship to Penta, which I was cool with. Penta's a cool ass dude too, right? But Penta's old as dick. And I don't know where they're gonna go with that storyline.
He's
And now
cursed though, Brad.
what's
He
that?
cursed him.
Yeah, I hope Dom is cursed for like a year. I hope he loses everything for a year. And tonight,
Lose the girlfriend.
yeah, the story for tonight is that Drew bumps into Danhausen backstage and he curses Drew and then he drops it to Cody. Which I don't know. That's cool, but it's like at the same time, you did it last week. Like they're gonna do it this week, and then what are you just gonna keep doing that shit over and over again? And then it's like they built up Gunther to be this big badass guy to retire everybody, and now he's like beefing with Dragon Lee, and that shit was kind of whack. And he had to rip the mask off to make it relevant. And I don't know. It's probably setting up Rey Mysterio coming to his rescue, who will get retired, by Gunther at some point. Brock Lesnar announced a bunch of dates he's going to appear, and nobody really gave a shit. Um, he hasn't wrestled anybody, so I don't, I don't fucking know. He's trying to do like a retirement tour. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with it. So, not a whole lot to talk about.
So
I don't know.
Go ahead, Tom.
I don't know if you guys saw the thing. I don't know if it's actually 100% done or not, but supposedly Road Dogg got fired
Oh, yeah, I want
as
to talk about that.
SmackDown booker.
So, he is either fired or resigned. Nobody knows.
Yep.
But this whole heat with Jade Cargill, so she called out Rhea Ripley for always talking to creative, spending all her time in creative. And now there's a huge rumor circulating online that Rhea Ripley was banging somebody at the top to get where she's at.
Ooh.
And now the Road Dogg had to throw in the towel. I don't know if he was fired.
Buddy
I saw
Murphy?
I saw some shit that Road Dogg said he was like tired of how certain talent was being treated, so he's like bouncing out. But or maybe he's being forced out because he got caught doing some shit. I don't know. It's WWE, man. I don't know.
So last week Tom wasn't here, and I had asked a trivia question. I'm going to try to hit this every week when we get in this, just to get some of the guys that don't watch involved. Try to keep it not so obvious with the trivia, but not too hard. Like we're not going back to the 40s or the 50s or whatever. So in the genre, so last week the answer was Yokozuna, who's the one guy that Fuji managed to a world title. It was Yokozuna. So staying with that theme, at 25 years of age, 1 month and 13 days old, was, true or false, Yokozuna the youngest champion of all time?
False.
How old was he?
So he won it when he was 25 years old, 1 month and 13 days. Is he the youngest WWE champion of all time?
I say no. False.
I say no.
Okay. So, Brad, yes or no?
That's a tough one.
Stop typing with your left hand, Brad.
Who would be
Boy.
both hands? Who
Okay.
would be
No
older
cheating
than
on
him?
this. I know people like
No,
to.
I'm not cheating. Who? I want to say it's true.
Okay. So
Who else could it be?
it's false.
I'll
And
go
for
Randy
bonus
Orton.
points, who is the youngest person to ever hold that title?
Randy Orton.
I think it was Randy Orton.
Ed? Brad?
Yeah, Randy. I would have to say Randy Orton.
The answer is Brock Lesnar.
One of the guys. Randy Orton brought same difference.
So don't forget, they defined that world title that was the WCW NWA title different than the WWF title. So a little definitive. So trivia, just keeping it moving, keeping everybody in the loop.
Good
So,
questions.
Done with the wrestling talk. Moving on to some shitty picks. What do you think?
Sure.
I know last week there was a little bit of baseball talk. Tom missed it. I know he wanted to bring that up, but go ahead, Tom. Just segment. Let's go.
All right. The 1970 podcast is brought to you by Elite Hockey Company. At Elite Hockey, it's all about the game. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a weekend warrior, or lacing up for the very first time, they've got you covered. From top-tiered gear and custom equipment to apparel, live event experiences, and full team support, Elite Hockey is built by hockey players for hockey players. This isn't just a brand, it's a community. A place where players of every level can stay sharp, play hard, and live hockey. So if you want to elevate your game, support a company that supports the hockey world, and join a movement that's growing fast, check out elitehockey.com today and tell them the crew from 1973 podcast sent you.
That's us.
Gonna be honest, I don't have a shitty pick this week. I had other things going on, so I don't have a pick.
Okay. So,
but I did get my last pick from 2 weeks ago correct. The college basketball game.
Do you any quick trade deadline talks? Ed, are you up on any trade deadline stuff?
No, I was more going to talk about Lou Holtz. I thought that was kind of it was a sad passing to see.
Yeah,
really an excellent football coach. Coaching at Notre Dame, coached at NC State, had a very short stint with the New York football team called the Jets. He coached at William and Mary. He was there. He won the national championship with the Irish, and just a good coach. He seemed like he always projected good values and everything like that. But he was there for the Tony Rice era at Notre Dame, and if you ever read the book Under the Tarnished Dome, Lou gave the impression that he was squeaky clean, but he really wasn't as squeaky clean as he appeared to be. But great coach. Always liked him on College Game Day. He kind of he wore his heart on his sleeve, and just a really sad passing of a really good football coach.
Yep.
The guy had like an iconic voice too.
Came from nothing too.
Yeah.
His whole speech of having the silver spoon in his mouth, he was just happy that 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 he really truly believed he lived in the greatest country in the world to get to where he's got to.
Can I add anything to that, Tom, at all?
Football wise, the guy was a hell of a coach. He's got a good coaching tree too. I mean, just with his son's been coaching all over the place. I mean, I know his son was at UConn for a while, and I mean, I liked him. That was when I was really into college football, and back then I was a Notre Dame fan. But as he got older, he got a little bit more outspoken, and I don't know. He didn't fit the Notre Dame. I don't know even if it was wrong, if they were behind the scenes, it was chaos. They always put on a thing like they always had the Catholics versus convicts type thing. Well, he kind of went a little bit more loose with that as he got older.
Now, before we started with the podcast, the professor and I were talking about the lackluster day that was the trade deadline. Phantom, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, they always throw out all kinds of these big name guys that are supposed to move, and I know like Braco was supposed to go to Buffalo, and I guess he shot it down, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. That just goes to show you, Buffalo's been in the shits for so long, and then like now they finally look like they finally got it together. The stars have aligned. They got a good young team. Why not? This is probably a good time to jump now. He's going to stay on that sinking ship, and St. Louis is going to be brutal. So I was kind of surprised that he shot it down, but I guess when you've been playing for long enough, and you got that no move clause. You're already established where you live, and he probably doesn't want to go live in Buffalo. So
especially in the winter.
Yeah. Other than that, I was going to have to give Derek his due. He told me a long time ago that he thought that Kadri was going to end up going to Colorado. So that was probably the one really, really big ad as far as any of the team, the stuff they did today.
I was surprised John Carlson got traded.
Yeah,
I think that'll happen in Anaheim. I mean, he's older, but he's going to be a good fit with them as a puck moving defenseman.
He's still pretty good.
There wasn't too much. There was just so many names. They always have that ticker of guys that are in the queue that talked about or whatever.
Yeah, it's
teams were throwing those picks out like crazy, man. There was a couple of guys I was shocked that they got what they got for him. I mean, there was a couple of guys that got first and thirds. I think crazy.
Blackhawks got a first round pick for Jason Dickinson. I mean, they had to throw in Colton Dock, he's a grinder. He's a decent young player, but I'll take first for Dickinson on his way out. They end up trading Foligno too. So
yeah,
they just was like a future consideration thing. I think they just threw him a bone for being the captain of the team with all those young guys and trying to mentor them the best that he could. So they'll send him on his way to go play with his brother before he retires.
Yeah, but definitely for me, doing the podcast, it's just lackluster for stuff to talk about. You want stuff to talk about, and there's not really.
Yeah, nothing jumped off the page. That's for
sure. The only thing that I don't understand is your the way that everything's structured in sports now, and like I don't follow everything like Tom follows stuff way more than I do, but you're in that bubble of right on the cusp of making the playoffs, like right there. You're either you lose one, you're out. You win two, you're back in, but you're there. You're not up in the top. So do you gamble? I say gamble and try to make a run at it and get in, because you never know what will happen. Yeah, I'd rather have a shot at something than not commit. Because what happens if next year if you didn't commit and the team sucks? Just by atmosphere or whatever. You're there now. Well, make a run at it, right? Yeah. You have that chance to try to go for the brass ring, and why not grab it? If you're a GM of a team, why wouldn't you want to be at least motivated with one, maybe two moves that bring in somebody that's going to motivate the room or be, get some limited ice time, but get out there and put a spark on there or pump the younger guys. I don't understand why people are passive when it comes to that stuff and it at a GM level, whether it's whatever sport. I'm sure basketball is the same way.
The thing I don't understand either is like, well, you got expiring contracts, so you got guys that are getting older. Hockey's not like the NFL. If you're not getting like, you're guaranteed of getting a good player with like a third round pick, even a second round pick. It's a gamble. You got like a second round pick's probably like a 25% chance that the guy is like, never mind, turns out to be good, just even like really makes it as like an established NHL player. So if you're not getting like a first round pick for a lot of these guys, it's like, why? Like Flyers traded your boy Delorias. I'm like, for a seventh round pick, like just let him stay on the team, and then if you don't re-sign him, let him walk. Like
I think it becomes he's up there though, Ryan. I think he's like 36. So I think that maybe it's that good faith thing.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's like good soldier kind of thing. We'll try to set you up somewhere, but
where you can win a ring, right?
Right.
Like they did with Lawton, and now they traded him, and he's not. There's no value there.
No.
So I mean, I don't know. Sports is crazy. We were talking when I was at the rink today, and it's so different than how it was. You know what I mean? It's just there's too many side factors with now there's a cap. There never used to be. No move clause. That was never a thing. So all these things factor in of things that used to be the norm before.
Yeah. But like we talk about like with the wrestling, the internet kind of ruins everything too. Because when we were younger and you watching trade deadline would come, you'd have no clue on who was available and who might get traded or what their contract situations were. Now it's like going into it, they'll give you the list. Here's the top 20 guys that might get moved or whatever. And then you kind of watch the list, and when half of them don't move on, it's almost like they get your hopes up for like this big day. I mean, I'm when a couple of years back, trade deadline day and free agent day signing, I would put a vacation day just so I could stay home and watch TV.
But I think that's just good marketing on their aspect to get eyes on the channel for the day, right?
Yeah. So it's
especially
a little underwhelming.
Yeah, I'm glad the Bruins didn't do anything because they're
they
not
made
going
a trade
anywhere.
with the Flyers, Thomas. I couldn't believe it.
Bruins, yeah, that's all minor league guys.
I know.
That doesn't matter. But the Bruins weren't going to win. If they make the playoffs, they're not winning around. I'd rather them keep all their picks they have. They have 2 first-round picks this year. Hopefully, as long as Toronto can stay at like the 12th pick. If they go any lower than that, I think the Bruins might lose the pick. But I can't see them going anywhere. I kind of thought they might trade a couple of guys like Arvidsson and Andrew Peak. I thought they might trade because he's not really playing much anymore. But I'm not a Sweeney fan, but I'm glad they didn't really do anything major.
So Ed had his hand up.
Yes, I have a question for the goaltender on the panel, and the Bruins fan on the panel. So what do you think about Mr. Swayman's theatrics coming back from the Olympics, Thomas?
He's a prima donna. He's a goalie. Goalies are all out there. They're weird. So I mean, I'm not saying good or bad. I'm a fan, but people expect. They've been doing it since Tim Thomas. They did it to Rask, where they expect and if you look at Tim Thomas, he had what 2 or 3 really good years, but those years before that, he wasn't a superstar. He was good, but they overpaid. But if somebody offers you money, that contract, are you gonna say no? He's not stupid. His agent's not stupid, so I can't blame him for taking the money he did. But at the same time, he should have played that first game back. I mean, he played 1 game in the Olympics. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else on that team, on the U.S. team, didn't play their first game back and had to get acclimated back. But I mean, that's not a good look, but it doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, that was my question. That's what I was saying. I just don't feel like it's.
Did you buzz in?
Well, he didn't even dress as the backup.
No,
that was the. I don't know. I think it actually kind of. I think it when they give you that little ovation, or they do the intros or whatever. It kind of took away from it that he was like in the back and he just came out with the suit on and gave the quick little, hey, how's it going?
I gotta ask Ed a question now.
Sure.
Okay, you ready, Ed?
I'm ready.
So even on this podcast, we know that Bradford, the Phantom, the Professor, and yours truly, we know who everybody's favorite NHL team is. But for years, Ed, you've been elusive. I've known you to like the Canadians. I've known you to like the Canucks. And I've known you to like the Avalanche.
That is correct, sir.
You got to go on record and who's your team? Is it the Canadians?
What's the best team this year?
So it's a loaded question because I'm building towards something, but I'm trying to pin him down.
Well, you see, it's been tough, man. For all those years, and I was really a big Canadians fan, and and I like the Avalanche, and I like the
You're filibustering, Ed.
Yeah, I am. I'm pulling politician Ed out. Thank you very much. I think it's
I'm gonna sway your opinion right here. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. So
okay.
Where's this going?
Not only do you share the same birthday as my son,
yes,
but you possibly could share the same favorite team if you play your cards right.
Well, I did see him with a certain Montreal Canadiens jersey on. So
there you go.
So I mean, it must be something about the birthday and the team. It must be something about the colors with the C. I don't know. No, I'd have to say, honestly, that coming back to the podcast has actually kind of led me back more to hockey than anything else. I mean,
not dong though, right?
No, most certainly
what? Not dong.
No. I mean, and where's Shaggy to talk about this? He gave me hell about the dog with the nuts on Icarus. I mean,
hey, you notice how Ed still hasn't answered?
The filibustering,
dude,
stringing it out,
stringing it out. Just hey, watch the hand.
Bradford, can you jump in at any time here and help out?
I'm going to be non-committal on this.
Oh, so gay.
I got like an extra Stars jersey and like a hoodie if you want to jump on that bandwagon.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I may come over and
didn't they make some good trades and they've won like 10 straight?
That's true. And they got an unbelievable goalie. The goalie is
incredible.
Incredible.
I mean, isn't Buffalo like 25-2 since December or something like that? Okay.
I don't know.
They've been on an absolute tear. And that's
they got a defenseman that's like 6'7", Tyler Lyon.
Their whole defensive, what do you call it? The defensive line up shift.
Yep. We'll take defensive lineup. I'll take that.
Defensive lineup. That's very good.
Yeah, they're all like over 6 something. They're all like fucking huge, man. So I'm down. So I'll watch some hockey.
Yeah, it's almost playoff time. We're getting
almost.
There.
Talking trades and everything. How about the football this week? Football's had a ton of trades and cuts, and like even tonight, the Patriots traded their starting center, Bradbury, to Chicago. So it looks like they're going to move Jarrett Wilson back to center, which that was what he played in college.
Crazy NFL. A lot of rumors like Max Crosby. Maybe to the Cowboys. Well, I think they're out there.
How about the Chiefs trading OJ McDuffie? That's their best cornerback right there, and they got a bunch of picks for him. Yeah, they got a first round, a fifth round, and a sixth round. I think.
Yeah, they got to rebuild that franchise. I think the biggest shocker, well, not really a shock, but it's most intriguing is that both Diggs brothers are unemployed at this point, and. AJ Brown is being shopped around for a trade, and the Patriots might be in the mix for that guy.
The report was the Patriots offered a first and a third round pick, and Philly said no.
Whoa, damn. That'd be a good fit. I'd love to see AJ go play for the Patriots. That'd be
I'd rather see them. The talk is them around here on the talk radio is Patriots going after Alec Pierce. I'd much rather see AJ Brown.
AJ Brown would be an instant upgrade.
Alec Pierce is he's a one-trick pony. Just run straight up the field and throw the ball up and hope he catches it. But
DJ Moore was a pretty nice
yes.
for Buffalo.
Buffalo
Yep.
didn't make any sense to me. They made that trade, and they even with him, they could use a receiver too. And then tonight they cut Curtis Samuel, and so they're just. I mean, maybe they're going to go after another guy, or that there's a rumor that the Jaguars might trade Brian Thomas Jr. So he's out
Oh,
there. I don't know if, who'd go after him, but the Raiders cut Geno Smith today. Oh, they haven't cut him, but they told him by Wednesday they're either going to trade him or cut him. So there's some Geno Smith, Kyler Murray. There's some intriguing quarterbacks out there.
yeah, good
But who's,
backups
I
for
mean,
somebody.
but who's going to really bring in Kyler Murray? I mean, come on, man. He's had more than a shake out there in
Yeah, he had a
Arizona.
fair
He
shot.
hasn't done. He hasn't done anything. Nobody's going to pick up Tua because Tua is
Well,
fragile.
they
And
say Kyler Murray might even go back to baseball. He got drafted
He
by Oakland
was
when he was in college.
Like a
There's no
top
Eddie
10 pick.
Murray.
good baseball player.
Yeah, center fielder, I believe.
Yeah.
He's no Eddie Murray.
Mm-mm.
And
no,
the Texans tonight cut Joe Mixon, so that makes sense now why they got David Montgomery from Detroit, I guess.
Ooh, that trade was big. David Montgomery can ball. I was
Yeah,
surprised that Detroit got rid of their old 1-2 punch, man. Like,
He was getting pissed because he wasn't getting his equal share.
yeah,
With,
but that shit worked. They had the best running back combo in NFL history, bro. Them dudes can ball.
but it's still all about selfishness, baby. That's
It
what
is, man. And
just
I don't
one
think
ball.
either one of them can be they'll be good, but they're not gonna be they're not gonna be great. You know what I mean? By themselves. That was just a 1-2 punch, man, and it worked. Like, oh, I hate when I see that shit get broke up for no
Well, I
reason.
think that Detroit's jumped the shark. I think they're on their way down.
Oh, for sure.
They've missed their window. They're done.
Yep. They had it, and it's gone that quick.
Too many going for it on fourth and whatever instead of kicking points in championship games. That's
Yep. Too busy crying about getting screwed by the refs in a Cowboys game and not enough winning.
Well, I mean, the Cowboys got gypped on the no catch rule, and
And I think they cut Decker, their offensive lineman. I think he was in on that controversial call that day. So anyway, they get what they get.
Thomas, time to move
in
on.
college basketball,
Ah,
in Cal State University of Bakersfield, the assistant coach got fired. And what happened was the head coach got an anonymous tip in an email in the all caps. It said, "You take care of this before it gets out there." And it's apparently the assistant coach was trafficking women, and he got supposedly it happened in California, Oregon, and Washington. They arrested him, and he got charged with 11 counts, including pimping and pandering. Well, they fired him, and not only did they fire him, but the head coach got fired because it was on his watch, and the athletic director got fired. So they cleaned house. Now I don't know how much they actually knew about it beforehand, but the school cleaned house. I guess it happened like 2 days ago.
Big Pimpin.
I didn't see that one.
Yep.
Bradford,
No.
are you ready to move on to the tinfoil hat?
Oh yeah.
World of Weird. Thomas, you know
Yes.
how we do it.
This episode of Brad's Tinfoil Hat is brought to you by RC Custom Cards. Do you collect cards? Do you want something truly unique in your hands? RC Custom Cards turns ordinary cards into extraordinary, custom designed trading cards created just for you. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, honoring a team or friend, or building a one-of-a-kind collection, RC Custom Cards crafts premium personalized cards built to impress. Great quality, great design, and 100% custom. Made for collectors, fans, and anyone who wants something special. Ready to elevate your collection? Head to rccustomcards.com and see what you can create. Tell them you heard it on the 1973 podcast.
Brad,
Back
are
to
you
you, Brad.
ready to elevate your collection?
Yes, I am. This week, Tinfoil Hat. Whew, it is gonna be a rough one, fellas, because it is gonna be gruesome and grotesque. I'm gonna ask you just to open your minds and be a free thinker. We just watched a zombie flick. It's right in the same vein as that. People, you know, eating people. So this whole Hillary Clinton deposition thing got me going deep down in a rabbit hole. So she got questioned about it's called Frazzle Drip. It's on uh Anthony Weiner's laptop. That's his real name.
That's the theme for this week's
Oh,
podcast.
we'll call this the dick episode.
Yeah. That should be a shirt, the dick episode. Um, it's all for purpose, guys. Like we tied everything together from the movie review to this. It's all tied together, man.
You guys have got CIA mind control on us, aren't you?
Yeah. So Anthony Weiner was like this disgraced Senate congressman, whatever he was. I don't know what his title was, but he got obviously caught sexting a 15-year-old boy, and it ruined his career. Somehow or another, they got his briefcase. They start going into it. His briefcase had like tripwires and fail safes and like self-destruct mechanisms built into the briefcase. So that's where it gets spicy. They crack open the briefcase. They find the laptop. They open it. They crack the laptop. There's a file up in the top corner. It's called insurance. They click it. They open it up. It's about 7 NYPD police officers. They're all in on this investigation. So they open it up. They double click the zip drive called Frazzle Drip. It is literally Hillary Clinton and a female associate torturing a young girl, under the age of 15. They are filleting the skin off of her face and wearing it and doing some satanic ritual. Anyway, really messed up shit. All the NYPD officers who were on that case investigating it smeared themselves. They're no longer with us from car accidents or schmuicides. Uh, and that got me going down this other rabbit hole where McDonald's guys makes or sells 6.5 million burgers a day. And you look at a map of the United States of every McDonald's, it paints the map. Add in Sonic's, Burger King's, any restaurant that sells burgers, In and Out. What's another one? Whataburger, Steak and Shake. What's that?
Five Guys.
Five Guys. Then add
Chef.
add any restaurant that is a steakhouse, Longhorns, Texas Roadhouse. Add that to your map. Just visualize this. I'm going somewhere with this. Just hang with me, fellas. I'm gonna tie it back to Hillary in a sec, and then add every grocery store you can think of that sells beef product. Okay, that's a lot of locations, right? Where's all the beef coming from, man? There's approximately 94 million heads of cattle in America, or is that worldwide? No, in the United States, only 28 million of those used for beef. They've got to be getting the meat from somewhere. So my point being, this Hillary Clinton thing with Frazzle Drip, this Epstein thing, it's clear that from the Epstein files and this file with Hillary that they were doing awful things to children and they had to dispose of the evidence somehow. McDonald's is not known for having a cattle ranch or farm anywhere. Ronald McDonald, however, wears red shoes. He's in the Red Shoe Club. Go Google that. We don't have time to get into that. McDonald's owns the Ronald McDonald House Charities and Hospitals for children. They have found human DNA in McDonald's food and human teeth. Google it or TikTok it, wherever you find your information. So this week's tinfoil hat to connect it all back is that maybe McDonald's food isn't actually beef product. Even this last challenge thing where the burger joint CEOs were all eating their burgers. Did you see the McDonald's CEO? He's eating the
This
burger
product.
calls it a product, won't even take a bite. Not once referenced his own product as beef. he calls it the burger product or whatever, and then won't even eat it. So maybe they were disposing of people and babies through fast food chains. And then it gets even weirder because there's a TikTok going around, and it is some rabbi Finkelstein, Abraham Finkelstein, and he's just like going in on somebody, and he's like, "Yeah, we've been doing this to the goyim for
Years.
decades." He said, "We've been capturing the children of our enemies. We bleed them dry, and then we throw the leftovers into the meat grinder, and we sell it as the two most popular foods: breakfast sausage and hamburger beef patties, dude." And I don't know how true that TikTok is. I Googled it myself on my work computer like an idiot, so I'm probably flagged by the FBI now.
You've been flagged for a while, guy.
Bruh, I know. But yeah, as soon as it came up, I was like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't be on these." Click X X X X. So I don't know how true all that stuff is, but there's always been like this rumor that McDonald's is supplementing its beef product with something else. And something else that even got me thinking about this whole McDonald's thing is like, think about how many people die a year in America alone. And how long have we all been on this earth collectively? You know, I think I'm the youngest one on the podcast, but I've never seen a cemetery being built or them even extending a cemetery. So where are the fucking bodies going? Like, they got to go. Not that many people getting cremated. It's got to go somewhere. My entire lifetime, I've never seen a plot of land in any city or state I've lived in where they're like, "Hey, that's going to be a future cemetery." I've never seen a cemetery at a church run out of room.
Maybe they recycle.
So where are the people going? And then I just keep thinking of Soylent Green,
Yeah,
that movie. So
they told you ahead of time, Brad. If they tell you ahead of time, it's legit.
Yeah,
it's to get the karma off them, right?
Yeah. So a lot of weird shit.
So fun fact about your theory, which like great minds think alike, right? So Jeffrey Dahmer, when they arrested him, what was the one thing that he craved? Big Macs from McDonald's. That was the one thing that he could not stop craving was Big Mac.
Don't even, bro. That's fucking weird.
That's a true story.
To go along with the podcast, I thought it was the pickle.
Holy crap, dude.
It's true. Yep. You can, as you say, Google it.
Google it.
Yep.
That's crazy, dude.
Yep. He could not stop craving Big Macs from McDonald's because that was his place to eat.
It all makes sense. That's crazy.
Care to add?
I'm just flabbergasted. Now, I have heard of the that they have found like a finger and they found teeth in McDonald's, in the ground beef and that type of thing. I have heard that before. I do believe that there was a thing I don't know, probably a decade or two ago that a lot of McDonald's beef comes from Argentina and Brazil, and they use a lot of the former dairy cows as well. So that's how I understand it, where they get a lot of their beef from. But the dairy industry is on a downturn because it's not really milk anymore. It's not really cheese anymore. Enjoy your sawdust with your cheese.
I got to ask you, as a lifetime McDonald's lover, how does this hit you?
Can't wait to go back.
Bro, I love me a McRib, and now
nope.
I can't, because I already know it's fake meat. And now after this, I don't know if I can eat a McRib again.
Go for a double.
But I don't know if I can do it, bro.
Phantom, do you know a certain person that was a big fan of the McRib?
I don't think so.
I will have to say the old man was a big fan.
I would have went for the donuts, but
Bro, the
Thomas,
McRib is like my top 5 favorite sandwich. And my whole world is flipped upside down right now.
I don't think I ever had a McRib.
Oh my God. Well,
I don't
I
think
was
I've
gonna
been
say
to a
you're missing
McDonald's
out.
in like 10 years.
Oh, I can't say that.
Yeah.
so even if you flip the food pyramid upside down the way you're supposed to, go from the back end, the stuff they say is going to kill you is actually the good stuff. Flip that pyramid upside down. The McRib is not on there, Brad.
Nah, no. Sadly.
You're breaking the rules right off the rip because you're at a place that serves burgers.
Yeah.
So when
Allegedly.
you get to the burger place, you don't get the
Allegedly.
fish and you ain't getting the ribs.
Not gonna lie, that filet of fish for that with the fake cheese and the tartar sauce, man. Oh man, that hits the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, what happened to the fillet of fish? It used to be a normal human-sized, pun intended,
I saw what you did there.
fillet. And now it's like miniature. It's like this big. They shrunk it.
Fish costs money, Brad.
Well, add some human DNA to it and make it normal sized again. Because that's when the golden years of McDonald's.
Oh man, that filet of fish like back in the late '80s and early '90s. Oh man, that
They
was
get like filet of fish better than he likes the Canadians.
Hey, that fillet of fish slaps. I still get a fillet of fish. We go to McDonald's. I go there first before I hit up the burgers.
Ed, are you still going to get your fillet of fish during Lent?
I am not. No, sir.
Oh, you grew up wrong. Thomas, I got to ask you. You've been silent during this.
I'm a believer.
What do you got?
Brad's gonna make me go fucking vegan. One thing I gotta say is I don't know if you guys saw the Kingsman, one of the Kingsman movies. That's one of the things they do in that movie. Julianne Moore, and I think it's the second movie. She ends up killing people, and she puts them through the grinder, and she makes one of the things for guys to join her little gang is they have to eat the hamburger that she makes out of the people.
Well, don't forget, if the Simpsons are always ahead of the curve, they did a Halloween horror episode on the 3 episodes during the Treehouse of Horror. One of them was where they were feeding the kids back to the kids in the cafeteria.
Yep,
they
Ahead
did.
of the curve. You ever heard, Brad? Have you ever heard that saying? You are what you eat.
Yep.
Bang.
I will say, Brad, about the cemetery thing. I did go to it's funny you said that because I went to my parents' cemetery about a month ago and they're actually extending where they are. They're actually extending it out, I don't know, probably 90 to 100 feet or yards or something. So I actually was complaining to my wife because right where we were parking is where they're extending everything. So we're going to have to actually park a little bit further away from where my parents are.
Debunked, Brad. The whole thing.
Debunked.
Forget it.
One cemetery in all of America is actually, yeah.
Yep.
That meat is tainted. It didn't make it to McDonald's. I don't know.
Yep.
But if it's in The Simpsons and it's in a movie, if it's in Hollywood,
It's got to be.
they show it to you first, man.
That's right. You tell them, Brad.
I'll tell them.
Get them. Get them, Brad.
I will.
Speaking of, let's start winding down the show. We usually do the shout outs, but I was telling the professor ahead of time that I'm gonna tie in my shout out as more of a buckle yourself in because it's got some tinfoil hat to it. Are you ready? I am pissed. I'll tell you why. This year, my son is going into high school. So all of a sudden they decide there's going to be a lottery to get into a trade school. Let me rewind. 2 years ago, he went in the 6th grade to do an exploratory of the vocational school in our area. Loved it. Came home with an electrical fan that he had built that day. And I was so happy he gave it to me to put on my office desk. I still have it. So for 2 whole years, he's been pre-gaming, National Honor Society, hardly misses school. You couldn't ask for a better kid. They do the lottery on Tuesday after school, doesn't get in. Zero other options for trades. There's no other school he can go to. No second choice, no nothing. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. There was only 8 kids in his grade that are in the National Honor Society. One got in the lottery. Absolutely bullshit. So to see the look on a kid's face where you've done everything the right way and you still have to motivate him, not the school, you still have to motivate him at home to continue with something that should not have ever happened. You have kids that have poor attendance, just threw their name in the hat, that got in. Taking spots from kids that deserve to go where they want to go. So hard work does not always pay off in a woke society where you can't tell the kid, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about the participation trophy. It's a bad thing. It does not pay off in the long run. So I don't know what's going to happen with the scramble, but I just wanted it on record that it's unfair. It shouldn't happen. I want to ask the school system and the state, how do you motivate somebody that's given volunteer time where we've run around between sports to get this kid hours to volunteer that he didn't get paid for to be a part of the National Honor Society where it doesn't get you anywhere in the long run? That's my shout out for the week and a little bit of tinfoil hat in there. So, Thomas, how do you want to follow that?
How the hell I follow that? I'll go simple. I'm not sure what the schedule is for next week with the podcast, but my wife's birthday is coming up this week, so gonna wish her a happy birthday.
Ed, what do you got?
Well, let's see. Happy birthday next week to Kelly, and then happy yesterday to Scotty. Happy birthday,
Scotty! Happy birthday!
And let's see. I'll have to do I'm going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on my who should I like for this year's hockey. How's that?
Very good, Edward. Phantom, what do you got?
I was going to say, Blackhawks, Ed.
No, sir. I believe that they have about 6 points. I believe
they're not good enough yet.
You want to get in on the ground level, buddy, and we are at the ground level.
10 years now, Franco.
Oh man, yeah, that's I don't know. That's to think that we had to take a test to get into high school.
I blame the podcast.
Yeah,
Blacklisted. Due to the old man and the love of the Canadians from Ed.
Yeah.
Too much dong.
It's a dong episode, isn't it?
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, just a dick episode for sure. Hey, can I do my shout out real quick?
Yeah, Brad, have at it. You're gonna close the show.
Same as you. It's more of a what grinds my gears. The state of Mississippi just voted to give tax-free NIL money to college athletes while simultaneously shooting down a pay raise for the teachers in a state that has the highest rate of teachers leaving the workforce. We have the lowest amount of teachers out of any state. Can't get them to get hired, can't get them to stay. And they just shot down a pay raise while simultaneously giving college athletes tax-free NIL money. I'm beyond pissed off. Like, that is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard.
Shows you where the priorities are right there.
Yep. Exactly. It's because they want Mississippi colleges to be competitive with the big boys. So they're, hey, well, if we give them tax-free NIL, we can, who doesn't want $1 million tax-free?
Yeah. Sign me up, please.
So bro, I'm about to be like, Lucas, you better go play some college football, bro.
There you go.
But it's just, I don't know. It's I don't want to get political. I'll leave it. I'll leave it there.
Well, I'm just going to circle back on touch on both of you. How come doing it the right way is not the right way anymore?
Yeah.
Why is
not, man?
Why isn't it? So how come hard work And doing things for the right reason, for the right way doesn't get you anywhere anymore. Why is that?
Too many shortcuts, man. I don't
Yep.
know.
Too
I
many
don't know.
shortcuts.
Yep. It's
What?
ridiculous.
Speaking of shortcuts, I'm going to shout out Vavu. Might have be adopting your grandson.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We'll get you where you need to go.
The theme of the show,
Dicks.
shirt coming soon. More zombies, less dong.